The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and the nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am. Who I am is fine with me.
Thank Jim Bell. He is our producer and engineer. Where would we be without Jim Bell? He's manning the ship, as they say, in New Hampshire. So thanks, Jim Bell. We appreciate you. I also would be remiss if I don't thank my accidental stage manager, Leo Riga. There he is, accidental stage manager. Leo makes himself so incredibly useful that there is absolutely no way you can live without him. You can't live without him.
No.
So, yes, that's what happens. You become so good at what you do that I don't even know I needed your skills until you did them. And then I'm like, I have to have Leo. So Leo, thank you. He is in Idlewild, California. How cool is this world we live in now? Everybody's coming in from all over the place. So Leo, let's, I want to tell you, you asked me before the show about Stonewall. How's the Stonewall going?
Yeah.
Last Monday I worked at Stonewall. This Monday I worked at Stonewall with Susan Campanaro and Brandon James Gwynn, who I'd never worked with before, but is such an incredible talent. Susie and I have known each other since 1990 and have worked together. But I got to put a promo in for the Stonewall Inn. Thank you, Leo. Who's better than you? So the Stonewall Inn is 53 Christopher Street. It is in the heart of Sheridan Square. It is where Pride began. And they're open 7 days a week now, 2:00 in the afternoon to midnight. And Monday through Thursday, now upstairs, they have a piano bar, and it's really great. And I work at that piano bar Monday night with Susan Campanaro and Brandon James Gwynn. So please come and visit us. This week, New York indoor restaurants and clubs can open up at 50% starting Friday. Right now, they're at 35%. So I cannot say enough about the fact that New York is roaring back safely and just beautifully. And I could not be prouder to be living, thriving, and surviving in New York City. I'm really, really proud of that. We had a really hard year, and we are coming back, and it really feels good. So, Leo, I can't wait till you come back and you can hang out.
Surely, right? Everyone's just
and
doing their part.
And, honey, sing some songs because it's open mic there too. So, if people, me and Susie and Brandon sing, of course, but people get up and sing. And what Kurt has done, Kurt is the owner of the Duplex, one of them. He has these covers for the microphones, so that after when you go up to sing, you bring your own cover. You cover the mic. When you're done, you take it with you. So that everybody, it's really safe. They have these plexiglass pieces between tables. They have great ventilation. They have just amazing things. It's the microphone. I mean, the plexiglass in front of the singers. It's just amazing. I can't say enough about it.
And they've lined it with sound, right? So you're not really affected by the plexiglass because you have the speakers and you have the microphone. Oh
yeah, no, it doesn't stop you from. It doesn't stop the sound at all. It just stops, it does what a mask would do. Right. So as a singer, you're breathing out, of course. And so the plexiglass in front of the singers, in front of the piano players, that's what that's there for. And then as soon as we're done singing, we put our masks back on.
And it can't be that hard. Look, I had to play Mr. Toad in The Wind in the Willows and sing and dance with the headpiece on, and So
when was this, Leo? This year?
No. This was back when I could handle a costume like that and walk around.
So you were like one of those pretty girls that came down the stairs in that descending staircase with the big headdress?
I was Mr. Toad. So I
had Mr. Toad. Okay.
I was Mr. Toad.
Hey, listen.
a mask is a mask. I think
A
that
mask is a mask,
I think through it, right?
In the early 90s, I worked for FAO Schwartz on the weekends, and I played a bunch of costume characters. Hey, it was a good gig. Let me tell you, people can laugh at you all they want. The money was good.
We sang and worked with masks then, right?
Yeah, and you had to. I was Clifford the dog. I was Arthur the aardvark, Patrick the puppy. That was me.
The big red dog.
The big red dog. I loved being that big red dog.
How many hugs did you get a day?
1,000,000. That's why I loved it. I loved that part of it is so great, and people don't know who you are. And then there's always some wise guy kid that figures it out and looks in your head and goes, "That's what you do for a living? You're pathetic." There's always that kid.
Oh yeah, I played Santa for a number of years, and there's always the one that wants to pull the beard down or wants to
pull your pants down. I mean, let me tell you, when I was Arthur the Aardvark, I did have kids that did yank on the pants. I don't know what that's about. They just, I guess they're tricksters. They're tricksters, Leo.
Didn't the Aardvark have suspenders? Isn't that why?
He had a little vest. He might have had suspenders. He was really cute. I loved being Arthur the Aardvark. I'm going to have to look at my old pictures and find it because I have a picture of me as Arthur the Aardvark with Susie Campanaro.
We should put that up there.
I'm going to find it. I'm going to go through my old albums because before there was digital, I took a trillion pictures and they were all under my bed in a big box. I'm going to pull them out soon. Now, we have a really great show tonight. I love this show, by the way. And Leo, thank you for making it so special now that we're doing the StreamYard because we've not been able to have people in the studio audience. Leo's been running this amazing StreamYard, and so he pulls up all this great stuff. And I can't thank you enough. He does all this research all during the week, and I got to give you a raise, Leo. I'm not going to be able to afford you soon.
Well, we're going on how many? We're at what? This is episode 188, right?
188. But how long have we been doing the stream? How long have we been doing the StreamYard? For about 6 months, maybe, right?
Yeah, for about 6 months.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I think it's wonderful. Okay, so let's.
I think Mariah Carey should sing you a song about what was going to go on 3 years almost. I saw her at a award show. She was winning an award show.
Who was that? Mariah?
Yeah, this Mariah Carey girl. That's who she is, right? Let me show you. Let me show you this Mariah Carey award-winning acceptance award.
Yes, please do, Leo.
I think it is. Now, who are our guests? And I know that we have Mac.
Okay, so we have Michael McAssey joining us at 9:30. And before that, our very good friend. I love it. Hold on a second. Okay, I want to pull down the sound. Hold on. Because I want to be able to read people that are checking in. Hold on before you do that. Okay. Jeffrey Campbell has checked in. Christina Ziza has checked in. Johnny Tamaro. Billy Goffey. Kenny Holcomb. And then we have Eddie Kutu of Blade Salon in Rocky Hill, Connecticut has checked in. If you want to get your hair did and you're out in Rocky Hill, go see Eddie. Julie Cesari, she was my director at Tony and Tina's wedding. She's in LA now. Julie, say hi to Sharon Angela, who I adore. I know she's your neighbor. Okay, I wanted to acknowledge all our friends. Now, you said you have a very special video to show us.
I believe this is Mariah Carey. So let me just, I think it is.
Oh, you're Mariah, kitten.
How do they understand the kitten and cotton thing?
I don't think we do.
No, we don't. Okay. I love you.
You know what? Maybe that might be. Can you give us some insight?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
This is, and please forgive me because I'm a little bit, yeah.
Emily McNamara.
Hey!
I'm so happy to see you.
I am so happy to be here. I didn't do as much of a beat as I would have liked, but I started a new job today and I just got home and I did not have time, honey. She is a working woman again.
That's what happens. That's what happens now. Like we've kind of been like laying low in our sweatpants. Like time does not exist.
Right.
And all of a sudden people need us to be places and we're like, what? What do you mean?
Exactly. Not only what, but I'm like, what fits?
That absolutely. You know that I make most of my decision on. That's exactly it. What am I going to fit into?
I have one pair of jeans that my butt fits into, and it's because it has an elastic waistband, and that's the COVID-19 reality.
Yeah, but you know what, Emily? You know the curvy thing is in.
Yeah, I know.
The curvy thing is in, so it's okay. You got room to spare. You're fine.
You know what, Maria? I'm looking at you. You look gorgeous as always, but I think this might be one of the few times you're wearing more makeup than I am.
You know what? It may be. I got my Rodana Fields eyes on. You know, I use my lash boost.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, it's just for the show. I got to pull it together, Emily.
You look gorgeous. You always have the right lip color as well. It's
called Fashion Icon by Lancome. I've been using it for years.
It's perfect for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now listen, you're one of my best friends. So I just hanging out with you is like a joy. But the people out there that don't know you, Emily McNamara does everything. She does everything. She's a singer. She's an actress. She's a comedian. She's a writer. She's a mom. She is a producer. She's married to one of my favorite people on the planet, David Ingber, who's equally as funny and talented. And we're going to have David on soon now that we can do the StreamYard. But so Emily, I want to get in as much as I can about you and what you're doing now before I know you got to go at 9:30. So, and if I'm doing two things, like I got my show coming in here so that I can see what people are saying in case they ask any questions. And then because we're going live on the What's the Story with Maria page and on the regular Maria page, plus YouTube, Em.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
It's a Maria Gentili takeover.
That's it. That's it. Now, I do want to throw in, I know that you are half Irish.
Yes.
The McNamara part, your dad, who you know I love, and I have a little crush on your dad. He's so cute.
He loves you.
I love him. And so happy St. Paddy's Day to the half of you that is Irish.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that on behalf of the McNamara side of the family.
Yes, please. I have, look, Em, look what I got. I bought this for you.
Oh, look at this.
Little 4-leaf clover at Trader Joe's.
Oh my gosh, how cute. See, that's going to bring you some good luck. The luck of the Irish.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yup.
That's it. So listen, what happened?
I had some lighting, but I don't know.
What happened to the lighting?
It's not as good. This side is still lit.
Okay. So just do this. So what? Now I met you at the duplex.
Yes.
You were doing mostly Sondheim.
Correct.
And I laughed the second that we exchanged words. I said, I got to get to know her. She's hysterical. And then now you're in a band called Uncle Jesse's, right?
I'm under normal circumstances before everything changed so much, I had been performing with a 90s cover band called Uncle Jesse and an 80s cover band called White Wedding Band.
Right. Now, Leo was the one who reminded me about Uncle Jesse, so we got to give it to Leo.
Hey, Leo.
And the 80s. Leo's my accidental stage manager. So now, before COVID, how many shows a week were you doing? At least one show a week?
I would say a couple shows a month, more like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that
would pick up in the summers, wedding season was always more popular. The winter would get a little slower, but it was a good side hustle for sure.
Yeah, and it was fun. And you guys, it just looked like so much fun.
So much fun. Okay. Those 2 decades, it's just like an endless amount of amazing music. So in both bands, I get to do some of the best songs, I think, that were ever on the radio. So it's a cool gig.
Do you get to do any Mariah at all?
Well, my my 90s band Uncle Jesse, if we do concerts in December, we will do All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Okay, great.
Usually close out the night with one of those, and I'll sing that because if it's a Mariah song, we have a few different singers, and everybody's very incredible, but I feel strongly that I'm the only one who should
be doing Mariah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, oh my God, I just look over my shoulder. Oh, this way. Not only is there a mattress, this is the most janky setup I've got right now. I'm so sorry. I should have like a professional backdrop. I've got a mattress that's like a sketchy ass mattress, and then a bunch of my clothes on top, including a bra that's dangling right there.
No, but Emily, everybody has that. Let me tell you something. So right here behind me, you see like a beautiful setup. But if I were to just move it just slightly over, you got all kinds of okay, you see what I'm saying? We all have that, honey. Everybody has that. It's just like now we're in this world, this Zoom world where you just see this, but everybody has that. So, and Rizzo is out like a light on the couch.
Oh, sweet.
So, okay, now let's get into I was going to say, now you're going to be singing again soon because I know you asked about the Shields. Right.
Yes. Another band, once you sing in a couple cover bands or a couple wedding bands, then, all the cover bands and wedding bands and corporate bands in the tri-state area kind of all know each other. And then when you need a sub, we can all just sub for each other. So another band had reached out to me asking me if I could do a gig, later this month, and it would be my first gig in over a year. So I was just trying to figure out, should I try to sing with a mask on? Should I get a face shield? Oh, look, there's me and my husband.
There's your cute little husband. I love him.
We're singing Despacito.
I love it. That's hysterical. That is great. I can't wait till we can all just be doing that stuff again.
I know, me too.
It's so fun. Anyway, I see a lot of people are wearing the shields, and then at the Stonewall, because I'm working at Stonewall now on Monday nights.
Yeah.
So great. They have a plexiglass in front of the singer and a microphone, and you get your own like mic cover.
Right.
When you're done, you take the cover off, and then the next person that comes on, they sanitize the mic, plus you use a different cover. So it's really people are like, it's like second nature now.
Yeah, we're coming up with ways to work around it, and it's
And Brandy's, people bring their own mics sometimes. Some singers bring their own mics, which is also an option. And then we sanitize in between everything. So it's just, it's getting better and better. And more people are getting vaccinated, which is amazing.
Yep, I got my first shot already.
Me too.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. So we're onesies right now.
That's right.
Now, so you are now running or doing this really fun show virtually. So tell us about that. That's your new gig, because you're always doing some new gig.
Yes. We got to diversify in the career so we have multiple streams of income, honey.
That's right.
So Tap That is a new fun twist on a dating game. It's all done virtually. It's really different than most traditional dating game shows, because not only do we mix up the players in the sense that we'll do every gender, every sexual orientation, different ages, different body types, everything. We just want to include everyone. And, but the most exciting thing about it is that the audience is, in charge of who ends up paired together to go on a date.
Really?
So, yes. And over the course of about a half hour, 40 minutes, the audience has an interactive, experience on their phone where they can tap features on their phone to vote for the single people who they think should get paired up with the contestants. So it's kind of cool. And it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. You never know what's going to happen. And every show is totally different. And over the course of the show, the candidates perform challenges and it's very entertaining. And if you know anybody who's single, anybody at all who's looking to get set up on a date, you could send them to the Tap That website, and they could apply to be a contestant. Wow. And if you do get paired up on a date, you get a virtual date that is catered by Grubhub. So you get a free meal out of it if you win.
That's fantastic.
Yep. And you can go to, I think it's tapthat.live, which is the website. And of course, we're also on Facebook and Instagram and everything, all the social media is just at Tap That. So it's fun. I host it. If anyone of your fans who's watching is interested in seeing a Tap That and participating as an audience member, you can hit me up and I'll make sure to get you a ticket.
Wow, this is so fun.
It's fun, yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
We started it in December, so we've done 7 episodes. And honestly, it's been kind of a gift to me, because not only is it great to just work again as a performer and feel like I'm interacting with other people more instead of the same 2 people I live with all day long every day, but it's also taught me so much. I mean, you wouldn't know based on this right now, but it has taught me a lot about.
I'm actually becoming very fond of your background. Like I actually like it. I like it.
I know, it's really
real life, baby. It's real life.
Yeah, I mean, I have the ring light there. I didn't set it up, but
yeah.
Anyway,
here we go. See, I'm telling you, it's right there.
Yeah, we've got a bra, a tank top, a cardigan, and a sequin schmata back there. But what I was going to say, although you would not know based on me being on your show right now, but being on Tap That has helped me learn so much about how to do these things virtually now, because so much of it can be done virtually now. And our show is live, so it streams live. So it's kind of like live theater, but we're all in our homes, and I have a in-ear monitor. I have someone talking to me in my ear, and I have a green screen, and they've got a cool background on me and fancy microphones and all this stuff I didn't know anything about how to use prior. And now, I'm trying to get with it. You got to keep up.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like we didn't know anything about any of this stuff a year ago. And now it's just kind of like you get thrown into it. It's like sink or swim. But it's really cool. Like, everybody's really learned a lot of cool stuff. And what I like is that we can connect with people that we wouldn't normally be able to connect with. Like,
completely.
Across the country, across the world. Like, they wouldn't be able to come to New York, or we wouldn't be able to go there. Or we can get more people to us now without even leaving our homes.
I mean, yeah, forget about that. I mean, like, just trying to convince me to go to Midtown from Harlem. Like,
I know.
For a show, sometimes I'm like, I'm too comfortable on this couch.
Right. No, it's true. Absolutely. But I got to tell you, going back out there and working, like I work at Brandy's usually, a couple times a month, you got to get ready now. Like, you got to get ready now, and you've got to fit into stuff. And like you said, yeah, that's tough. It's tough. We'll see what happens. But you know what, Emily? I got to say, everybody got fat in COVID.
I hope so, because
they
definitely did. I mean, I've always, been pretty slender, but I think that I've relied too heavily on being late to everything to keep me thin, because I'm literally always running because I'm always late. And so I'm like running up the subway steps, running across the street, dodging in between cars, trying to get where I'm going. I'm carrying like 400 bags. And when I get there, I'm out of breath, I'm sweating. And I think that's like, I was burning calories, and now I'm just home and I'm just eating cookies. And
I know it's urban aerobics. It's absolutely true.
Urban aerobics. That's right.
That's what I mean, that's how I look at it, because you're always running, or you always running somewhere, trying to get somewhere. And now it's kind of like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I might go there. Oh, I got to move my car. Okay, let me go, it's stuff like that, but you don't really have to go.
Right.
You can have stuff delivered, whatever you want.
And like when I used to go places and like maybe the train was screwed up, I'd be like, okay, well, I'll just walk. It's only 15 blocks. Like I'll walk it. It's fine.
Right.
I wouldn't even think about it. Now I'm afraid once we, reopen more, I'm going to walk like 3 blocks and need to take a breather.
I know you need to take an Uber. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But so what night is Tap That on? And so that, because people should, it's so fun. I mean, I watched a little bit of it. It's really fun.
It's so fun. The last episode was so insane. The contestants who perform these challenges to help the audience narrow down who they think should go on the date, they will do some of the most outrageous things to try to get points, basically. And so you end up seeing some incredible stuff. So our shows are on Thursday nights. Our next one is March 25th. This comes a week from Thursday, March 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I mean, not that, you would want to see anyone but me host it, but there is also a UK version of Tap That. What? And yes, they do a UK version, and they have a host from the UK over there. And it's really fun, and it's the same exact show, except a different host, and they all have really amazing accents.
I love those accents.
Oh,
I can get lost in them. It's great.
Completely.
It's like
I can get lost in your accent, Maria Gentile.
I don't even have an accent, but
please.
if you think I do, you always notice my Boston accent. But
oh my gosh.
All right, let me tell you who's checked in. Darius Browner is checked in. Liz Goldenberg, DeQuincy. I know, we love DeQuincy. Michael Bradley is checked in. John Pandish, Marshall Calloway, my cousin Cora from Massachusetts. I love her. Leah Sutton, Ann Sawyer, my cousin Rena Crugnali, Hector Garcia, Kenny Holcomb.
Yeah, baby. You got the right shoes on your feet today?
You have to. Kenny always has the shoes. And, of course, Eugenia Mesa.
Oh,
yeah.
The one and only.
The one and only. Judy Mesa. Leo calls her Senator Mesa because she someday may be running for office, for all we know.
Most likely. I wouldn't be surprised.
You wouldn't be surprised.
You were. Emily, you and I know Matthew. I worked with Matthew and with Carly at Ellen's back when I managed for a while there.
Wait, you managed at Ellen's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we need to have like an offline Kiki. I need to hear all about this.
Leo's got some stories. And Emily's
it was during the time, yeah.
Yes, because I worked at Ellen's myself on and off for about 7 years.
I think I worked in after you.
Yes. You must have, because I would obviously remember you. I mean, I don't remember everything from that time, but I think I would remember you. I'm sure
that you remember One Day More.
Oh my God. Whew, that place. It is. Look, I'm very grateful for having worked there, because I came to New York City. I moved into my first New York City apartment on September 8th of 2001. Wow. And then September 11th happened, and I was terrified and wanted to leave, and I couldn't get a job for months, and I was going broke, and the city was still burning, and it was a nightmare, not to mention the fact that Mariah Carey's Glitter and that whole debacle was happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
But I finally got a job at Ellen Stardust Diner, and I started making some money. I started making some friends, and I stayed in New York. I might not have stayed if it hadn't been for that place. So, as crazy as those times were, I'm grateful for them. And I would love to hear some of your stories.
Well, you know what? We're going to have to get together like offline, and definitely maybe we'll do a Zoom call or something. Also, Gene Simpson Dunn is watching, and my cousin Ron Crugnali from Massachusetts is watching as well. So Emily McNamara Happy St. Patty's Day to you. One of our Macs. This is Back to Back Mac is the name of the show.
Back to Back Mac. I love it.
Yeah.
I've considered changing my name. I almost wonder if I should just change my name to Emily Mac and just like nice and clean.
I don't know, Em, because I think then if you want to be incognito, like if you go to the bank or you go to Denny's and you want to be Emily McNamara because then they won't know you're Emily Mac. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you got, like, remember when Mariah in the book was trying to hide? She was trying to be incognito in Brooklyn and she put on a hat. People kind of still knew she was Mariah. It was all, listen, I just listened to the audiobook. Now I know what a lamb is and a lamely.
That's right. And I think you are. I think you are part of the Lamely, Maria.
I am part of the Lamely now. So
yeah.
Anyway, Emily McNamara, I love you to death.
I love you so much, Maria Gentili. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I'm a fan, and to all of your listeners, your watchers, your viewers, your guests, God bless you. You have the best. You have the best people in the world love you.
Thank you. Now, I also have to throw in that I officiated Emily and her husband David's wedding. I'm very proud of that.
That's right. And she crushed it. My family still talks about it. It was one of the greatest performances of Maria's entire life.
That was a great wedding. So thank you. It was an honor. I love you to pieces. I love your family. Give everybody a hug and I'll see you really soon.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Say goodbye to Emily, everybody. I love Emily McNamara.
So sweet.
She's fantastic. And her husband, David, oh my God, equally as sweet and wonderful. And they have a beautiful baby. Okay. Now, I promised you, Leo, we promised them back-to-back Macs tonight. So wait before you bring in our second Mac.
And he's ready, all cute and ready to go.
Jean E. Craigie, my friend from Stoneham, Massachusetts. She is the moderator there. Go, Jean E. Craigie. Yes, Jean Simpson said she's a doll. She is a doll and just the loveliest person. But don't underestimate that because she's funny as I mean, she might be sweet, but funny, you can't imagine. As a matter of fact, just go to YouTube and you type in Emily McNamara, McNamara, and so much stuff will pop up. So much hysterical stuff. So Leo Rodriguez.
Yes.
What do you got for us on Back-to-Back Mac Night?
Back-to-Back Mac. I got a cute little Mac right over here.
What cute little Mac?
Oh, her name is McNamara and my name is only Mac. Ta-da! Oh, I forgot to dim all this stuff because my glasses are. Pardon me. Don't look. I'm not wearing pants.
No, not again.
We're still not wearing pants. We don't have to.
I love the pantsless masses.
Hiya, kids. Long time no see.
Listen, pantsless masses rhymes with pantsless asses. So you might be able to put that in a limerick.
Well, speaking of it, we'll talk about that in a minute because tomorrow, and I think when we work together a few times, I have my dirty limerick medley.
Very dirty.
We'll do that. We'll do that in a few minutes.
In the moonlight.
Well, there's that too. There is so much because I like to work blue.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, Michael.
Okay, so you were okay. We have so much to talk about.
I know.
Because I was listening to the show. I worked at FAO Schwartz, the new one, until they fired us all after a year and a half.
Really?
Because they paid everybody too much, and then anyway. So FAO Schwartz, and I love that Emily's got tap that, and I want to have tap this.
Hey, listen, you should go on that show and be a contestant.
Oh my God! Once I thought, oh, well, that's kind of a nice idea, and I went, I have enough trouble on Grindr and Growler, and it's just, although they're doing stupid things, so who knows?
I know. I'm sorry, we have like a little echo going on there, right?
We do?
Oh, okay. Maybe we hear it here.
I think your computer is repeating it. Turn your volume down on your computer, my love.
Oh, me?
No, McAssey.
Okay.
All right, one moment.
Okay,
I have to wake up the mouse.
Wake up the mouse? Is that a euphemism?
I hope. I mean,
My wait, I can't concentrate. Wait, there it goes. Okay.
There. All right, there we have it. In the meantime, while you're doing that, I'm going to check on people that have checked in. We have
Perfect.
Jill Dilly is watching. That's my friend Chris Dilly's mom, who I adore. She's in Philadelphia. I love her.
Chris Dilly.
Isn't she wonderful? Frank Skillhern is also checked in. So, Michael, what do you got for us tonight?
I'm just checking to make sure that the echo is gone.
Okay.
I don't know. Is it?
I can hear myself back for some reason. It's all right. I mean,
I'm on the same settings I do every week for all my StreamYard stuff, so it should.
Yeah, it's maybe because we need. The problem is that if I have headphones on, because the show's broadcasting. Leo, do you need to have headphones on, or what do you think it is?
I believe that the volume is on the computer. It got a little better.
Yeah, it did get a little bit. That's okay. Let's just forge ahead. It's okay.
It just sounds like Maria's in a stadium while Michael's in the studio.
Yeah, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Michael, tell us about what you're doing this week. Always, tell me.
Tomorrow night, every Wednesday night, I'm on the Virtual Piano Bar Network, which was started by John Richardson in Provincetown a year ago. And he collected a few of his friends, including like Joe Regan does Thursday nights. Our friend Bob Egan from New Hope. They have different performers in different shows twice a night, every day of the week. And the performers, everybody just does an hour show. I have Wednesdays at 6:30. And that's tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's show is a special.
I know.
Because I'm going to, and it coincides with my show that I started a year back in May, Open Mac, which is what started it all. Because as you know, I used to host Piano Bar Live when it was live.
Right.
We were at Brandy's every Monday night.
Right, so which I love. It's my favorite.
Once everything went indoors, Scott and Tony still do Piano Bar Live, but it's all remote and like this. So they don't, I was hosting and playing and it was great, but they didn't need that. So I started doing my own. So Open Mac, it's show tunes and shenanigans on Sunday nights. And just coincidentally, I got my new shirt to wear tomorrow that says, "Let the shenanigans begin."
Michael, do you know that shenanigans is one of my favorite words?
Me too.
I love that word, shenanigans. And so I watch your show. When it pops up, like if I'm doing something, it'll say Michael Mac
is going live.
Live. I love that. So that's always a great thing to get a notification, and I always enjoy it so much. So that's Sundays at 7, right?
Sundays at 7 is Open Mac. Wednesdays at 6:30 is on Virtual Piano Bar, and you can, if you're just on my web on my Facebook
there it is,
page.
Michael McAssey.
Well, that's my website, but I haven't updated that since before the COVID. So just go to my Facebook page.
Okay.
Which is michaelmacassey.9. I don't know why they do that, but it's
well, you can find Michael through me. If
Facebook.
You find him, he's on one of my friends, so then you can just go on, because I think
all the shows are also on YouTube. Sorry, since I turned my volume down, I can almost no longer hear you, so I apologize for talking over you.
That's okay. You can turn your volume up a little bit if you want to.
Oh, we're fine.
Okay.
So I've been doing those shows, which at least keeps, it's like at least keeps us somewhat relevant. Thank you. Okay, Open Mac Music, that's the Open Mac page, or my regular Facebook page. You'll get little, you can harass me and make requests, all that stuff. But these started, and what I loved about Virtual Piano Bar, which is on, my show is Wednesday nights, but there are shows every night. John Richardson, who lives and works in P-Town, started with a couple of his friends, and this is expanded, and it's a whole new audience. And
I love it.
We're working on a deal that I shouldn't blow the whole surprise, but I hope in April I'm going to be live at Pangea on Virtual Piano Bar. So we're going to do a show that will broadcast out to everybody.
I love
but
it.
People can come to Pangea live and be in the audience.
Wonderful. I love Pangea. That's a great club.
Yeah, they're slowly, everybody's slowly coming back. And also, I got a call from Stonewall today asking me when I'm around, because when I heard y'all were doing it, all of a sudden I went, oh, okay, here I am. And people were like, oh, we didn't know you'd be interested, or we didn't know you were in town. And I was like,
yeah.
What do you mean? Hello.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people are out of town, Michael. Just because we see people virtually doesn't mean that they're here. So a lot of people left the city. You did for a little while.
I did 8.5 months. I was down near Atlantic City.
Okay.
No, it's everybody does what they need to. And like I said, I was watching the segment with Emily before too. Is we all figure out, like, who knew from a ring light and all this stuff, and then I bought a microphone. I'm learning things that only 12-year-olds should know. And hook up for us.
That's a good way to put it. Hey, listen, that's who I ask when I'm 12-year-olds and Leo. That's perfect. That's who I ask when I need something. I either call Leo or I call one of my nieces.
And Matt Berman got me set up. Our friend Matt Berman does this, that's his whole side hustle now, because he normally lights and sounds for Kristen Chenoweth and Jennifer Lewis and all the big names. He used to do lights and sound at Don't Tell Mama and Duplex at 8, when we all started way back before most of the people watching were born. But everybody's figuring out what to do. I'm just so encouraged that, except for today when it's like cold and snowy and disgusting, it's getting warmer. People are venturing out. Some of the clubs, I got to give it to Brandy's and Mama's. They figured it out to stay open.
Brandy's, I can't tell you how much I love Brandy's. And Jim Lazar is just, I just think he's the greatest on earth.
Nice knowing that they were there. Our friends, Katie Sullivan and Marty and Michael are at the West Bank Cafe. All these places are finding ways to sneak this stuff back in. The Townhouse just started last week. They're figuring out how to do everything.
Well, this week it goes to 50% capacity, which is wonderful.
On Friday, 50%. That's a huge deal.
Now let me just stop you for a second, because I have a few people that have joined us. I want to acknowledge them. Danny Feinberg is has popped in. Roberta MacGyver, my friend. Happy St. Patty's Day to you, Roberta. Hans Kutenjoko and Vincenzo D'Amato has checked in. So we have a lot of people that check in every week. Michael, would you like to do a musical number?
Well, funny you should ask. Or funny that I told you. I said, I'm going to do a little snippet of something that I'm going to do tomorrow night. Is obviously St. Patrick's Day, and it happens to be Wednesday. It happens to be my night on the Virtual Piano Bar Network, of which we have merch and I drink. We always just say cheers.
Oh, very nice.
It's good. So I'm going to teach you a chorus, and then we sing this chorus, and then people come in between and share a limerick. Hopefully dirty, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So the chorus goes, sing Tiralai, Iralai, Annie. Sing Tiralai, Iralai, A. Sing Tiralai, Iralai, Annie. And drink all your troubles away. And it sounds like this. Sing Tiralai, Iralai, Annie. Sing Tiralai, Iralai, A. Sing Tiralai, Iralai, Annie. And drink all your troubles away. And then we would pass the microphone around or ask anybody in the house if they had a limerick they'd like to share. I'm going to give you one short example. It's not completely filthy. I have plenty of those. This is we can get away with it. There was a young fellow of Kent whose prick was so long that it bent. So to save himself trouble, he put it in double, and instead of coming, he went. Sing Tiralai, Iralai, and you get the idea. And everybody sings it, and we go. So one little bit I have
These
to tell
are
you,
very dirty limericks, Mike.
Well, and I used to travel with this little book that I still have somewhere, and it's literally called Dirty Limericks. And it was written in the 70s, but it has the filthiest, nastiest, funniest limericks. I used to pass the book around to the crowds, like at Mama's and stuff, and they'd all pick out one to read. And
they would do it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
and what's funny is I wrote a few down because on certain nights sing-alongs don't happen. People are not, so you got to be prepared to do it yourself. So I turned the page because I just brought this up in the last couple days, getting ready for St. Patrick's Day, and I turned to the last page, and there were limericks about Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton, and Kaczynski the Unabomber. So that's how long it's been since I've done this number.
Wow. Yeah. That's a piece of history right there, Michael McAssey.
I know.
That is a piece of history. So people can see you tomorrow night on
Virtual Piano Bar.
You can
just go to virtualpianobar.com. They've also got a Facebook page. On there, you can also see their schedule of shows. Every day they have, some days they have 3 shows. 5 o'clock, 6:30, 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Like 5 or 6 days a week. And they're great. The people are supportive. John, his best friend, lives in London, so we've got London Connection, Provincetown, LA. And again, it's like this. You don't have to be in New York City to come and see this. You can be in your living room with no pants on, partaking, and so this whole
there's a real there's a real draw to that.
Yeah. I was talking to a couple people because it's like this. I don't think I'm going to stop doing open Mac even when we're out and about. I think I would still do this. And same thing with you. I think your show.
My show. But I was doing my show. I'm going into almost my 4th year now. I did it way before but I had people in my home.
I know you used to cook for us.
Yes, I did.
I have to let you know. We like Scott. We came over and promoted Piano Bar Live at Brandy's, and then you have your sauce business, of which I've been a very good customer because
you are a great customer. Yes.
Oh, and now you've got balls, so I have to call you.
I do have balls. I do have balls. Thank you.
I have to tell you, one of my best friends, I call him a non-sexual husband, Edgar, lives across the street. And my roommate, Peter, was my stage manager for Hairspray. So there's a couple of us that were in like the pod. So like we wear masks, but we can get together. We've all been keeping an eye on each other.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday night, before I would do my show, I would boil the water. I would do my show. Then I put the pasta in. Edgar come over, and the 3 of us, we would have Maria's Spaghetti Night every Wednesday night. It used to be Prince Spaghetti Day. Now it's Maria's Spaghetti Night, Wednesday nights after my show.
Oh, Michael, that makes me so happy.
Oh, honey, we loved it. It's like it was a weekly thing to look forward to.
Well, I'm glad you like my balls as much as my sauce. Thank you so much.
I haven't had your balls yet. It's still early.
Oh, you haven't? Oh.
No.
That's a game changer, Michael. Listen,
that's what I heard.
Speaking of food, I have to do the food section of my show.
Yes.
Which is called, Leo, join us for this, please.
Go ahead.
It's called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. So ready, at the count of 3, we have to say, go ahead, keep eating. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go ahead.
Keep
eating. And drink
All right, here's what I made tonight. I made, for St. Patty's Day, I didn't make the corned beef. I can't lie. I'm not a good liar. I went to Catholic school. I got it at Trader Joe's, and I did cook it, but they brined it. But this is what I made, a corned beef sandwich. So it's corned beef.
Holy
shit. And then isn't that beautiful? Then I have spicy brown mustard, and then these pickles are called Fire and Ice. So they're sweet and super spicy. And this is on my favorite bread, which is oat nut. I love it. It's Arnold oat nut bread, which I love.
So
and
healthy.
Then I did make my own coleslaw. And it's shredded broccoli, shredded cabbage, shredded carrots, kale. I chopped up some kale and put it in there. Yeah. Honey, vinegar, a tiny bit of sugar, onion salt, and lemon pepper. And then for St. Patty's Day, I know, look at Michael. Michael appreciates it.
I'm so hungry right now.
I know. And these are just sugar cookies with vanilla frosting and little shamrocks on them.
Oh, they're so cute.
I know. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Michael McAssey.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you and to you.
Oh.
So we have about 6 minutes left. Would you like to do another song?
Well, yes. You know what? I will. There was Liza was 75.
Oh,
on
yes.
Weekend.
My God. I can't believe we didn't talk about Liza. You guys are friends.
Well, friends. I have met her a few times. We've had
But she loves you, Michael. She used to come and watch you play.
But, well, sort of, years ago. But here's the story in a nutshell was the fact that for years when I worked at 88's, Liza would always come into the clubs, but never on nights that I was working. Billy Stritch has the same story. It took about a year for either of us to eventually be in the same bar, the same piano bar at the same time that Liza was there. I'd always come into 88's for my shift, and they go, "Oh, Liza was here last night. We went and did this, and we had a party," and this went on forever. I was leaving New York for a while to move back to Chicago for a while, and my very last piano bar shift in New York City was on the east side at a place called Pegasus, which I think it was open for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was playing my last gig. The bar was dead that night. In walked my friend Jim Caruso from Birdland and Cast Party and Pajama Cast Party with Liza, who they have been great friends. And she hung out with me. She sat on the piano bench with me. We had, my little gay boy heart was like going crazy. And luckily I didn't have to, there was no performing for people. It was just us. And then one drunk that kept trying to bother Liza and kept saying, and you couldn't understand what he was saying. And she was very sweet to him, but she just kept turning. And finally she just said, "And I don't do Liza." But she was like, "Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. But if you forgive me, I'm here to see my brother. I haven't heard him in such a long time, and we're just catching up. So I want to spend some time with my brother." And I'm like, "Your brother? Okay."
Wow.
Cut to a month later, I'm in Chicago. Billy and Liza are doing the show at one of the big casinos. I send Billy a note saying, "I'll be waving to you from the mezzanine." At intermission, the usher comes up and says, they'd like you to come backstage afterwards. I was like, I'm not a big going backstage person. We went backstage. The place was packed with lots of little old ladies. The dressing room was up like a fire escape staircase across the back of the brick wall in the theater, up to the dressing room door. I hear the go, "Michael's here. Michael, get up here!" Everybody gets quiet. My boyfriend turns to me and says, "Honey, Liza Minnelli's calling for you."
Oh my God.
And the water's part, we walked through. I got the dirtiest looks from these little old ladies. We went up the stairs and we had the best time. And like, Leo's got the pictures. I think there are 2 pictures with Liza. And
let me see, Leo.
We just spent time. Do you have them, honey? It's okay if you don't.
Well,
There's
keep talking, and he'll probably get him ready if he can.
Yeah, and then there's a picture that my boyfriend took of Billy. But through the makeup mirror, you can see Liza sitting in my lap. So it's just like, but anyway, this song was one of her favorites, and it's one of our favorites because we all met in the clubs. And that Liza special was everybody just saying how great it was and how supportive she was of everybody. Still is. She discovered Michael Feinstein. She came to all the clubs. But anyway, I'm going to do a truncated version of this.
I love this.
It's also good for all of us.
That's wonderful.
In passing years, it all looks the same, and just the names will change. We all will love too many times, and just the friends remain. And so these things I'll say to you over tea for 2 on a wasted day. When 2 friends meet and share, I hope it's you that still will care. In passing years, we'll speak of truth and things we've learned since youth. Youth bears no age, only the stage, the lines, the first embrace. So with that 2 people meet and they fall in love,
one strong, one weak. But soon it's clear they must contend with honesty to find an end. Some endings glad, some endings sad, some strong, but most are weak. We'll sit with ours in a closing bar. No games, just friends remain. And so these things I'll say to you over tea for two on a wasted day. When two friends meet and share, I hope it's you that still will care.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful. I love that song.
That was written by Rick Jensen. Oh, that's my baby Max. Max is my good buddy who lives with my friend Lynn.
My love, that was the only one that came through. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But anyway.
That's Lynn's dog. Now we have less than a minute left. Sadly, the show has flown by. Michael McAssey, I can't thank you enough.
Hey, thank you.
Incredible entertainer and my friend, and one of my old roommates, by the way. We were roommates, Michael.
And you still have my desk.
I still have your desk. My computer is on it. I think of you every day. So I want to thank Michael McAssey. Love you, honey. I want to thank Emily McNamara. I thank you, Emily, for coming on. I know you're busy. I want to thank Leo Rodriguez, our stage manager. Jim Bell, he's our producer and engineer. I want to thank Armed Radio. I want to thank all of you. Please come back every week. We love and appreciate you so very much. Ed Hahn joined us as well, and Mary Mansfield. Thank you, everybody. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Luck of the Irish, baby, whether you are or not. And have a wonderful week.
Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
You're welcome. Bye.
Fine with me, it's who I am.